Hello and welcome to Let's Talk Bourchier, another Year 4 edition. I'm Eliza, hosting this week's episode with
Layton and Emmerson.
And we are joined with very special guest, drumroll please, Mrs Mollison!
Hello guys, it's so good to join you today. Thanks for inviting me in.
How are you, Mrs Mollison?
I'm going really well, thank you.
You're welcome. Could you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Okay, for those of you who don't know me, I am a Year 4 teacher here at Bourchier Street. I am a mum. I have 3 children, Kenzie, Violet and Alvie. And I just love everything about Bourchier Street and Shepparton, and I can't wait to answer some more of your questions.
How long have you been teaching for?
I started teaching here at Bourchier Street in 2012. So if you want to try and do some maths there in your head, it's 2025.
I don't want to do math.
This is my 13th year of teaching.
13.
But in there I've had some part-time work and had my children. But I'm luckily back teaching full-time, and I have the 3 of you in my class, don't I?
Yeah. That's a long time you've been teaching.
It is, yeah.
Why did you want to become a teacher in the first place, Mrs Mollison?
Well, I have really, really fond memories of my primary school years, and I was lucky enough to have Miss P, shout out Miss P, hopefully you're watching. I had her in Year 4 and in Year 6, and she was just the most fun teacher, and she made school so good, and had a great time with her, and I think she inspired me to become a teacher. And I've always loved kids. I had lots of little cousins growing up, and I always loved looking after my cousins, and I thought that it would probably be a great career for me, and I do love it.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. What has been the highlight of your teaching career?
Gosh, there's so many highlights. I would just have to say watching children, from a really young age, and then seeing them go through their years at Bourchier Street and sending them off to high school. That's probably been a highlight for me, and just getting to know all of the wonderful families in our community, and probably the friendships I've made with other teachers too.
Oh, yeah.
Too many I've got to stop.
Yeah.
I could keep going.
Do you have any funny stories?
I have so many funny stories. You might not find this one funny, but I was teaching a Year 2 class many, many years ago, and one of the children brought something in for show and tell. She had a closed Tupperware container with a bit of water in it and a gigantic tropical fish from her stepdad's fish tank. And do you think the fish was still alive for show and tell?
No.
No,
But she
so
took it out of the tank.
closed the lid, and
With no food?
and no oxygen. So I had to make a pretty sad phone call home, but that was, wasn't funny at the time, but looking back, I've also had another interesting thing come in for show and tell. I had a boy, Jack Aylett, come in, and he brought in a fox's tail from his hunting trip with his dad. So I've had some interesting objects brought into my class.
Wait,
I've never seen a fox with a tail.
who was who was the girl that brought in the fish?
Her name was Kaylee. Yeah.
Oh.
So Kaylee, if you're out there, hello. I still remember that day. Stepdad wasn't too happy. That was one of his favourite fish. So probably not a funny story.
Not for him, but probably for you.
Yeah, it's memorable. And Mrs. Park, who was our principal at the time, said to me, I think you need to write a book about all of these funny goings on.
Recently we went to Melbourne for Year 4 camp. What was your highlight of camp?
Highlight for me, I think it's always the MCG tour. I just love walking around with those really knowledgeable people. We were lucky enough to have Peter as our tour guide, and he made that tour really, really fun. And just probably spending some more quality time with you guys.
My highlight would be
Tell me about, what did you love?
probably walking to get ice cream and the hot chocolate before bed.
Yes, I forgot about the ice cream. Yeah, that was actually really good, wasn't it?
Mine would be the night swim and the hot chocolate before bed.
Yeah. What about you, Eliza?
I would have to be Acme, because I like seeing how you could go behind a screen and see moving art and the evolution of all the TVs and stuff.
I loved that TV section. That was so
Yeah.
cool, wasn't it?
You have quite the collection of statement earrings. What would you say is your favourite pair?
Ooh, that is a really tough one. I do have hundreds of pairs of earrings, and I do like to match them to my outfits each day. So today I've gone for these little Pink Nade is the brand, so I do love that brand. I do have a really special pair from Kingston Jewelry. Probably my most expensive pair, and they've got like a nice little sun and some little pearls. So maybe Leah might be able to even pop a little photo of those on, just so you can all see my favourite pair.
Mollison, what do you like to do in your spare time?
In my spare time, I do like to spend time with my family and my friends, and I'm also an avid reader, so I love reading books. I do have a Kindle that I like to read my books on, and I read every night before bed. I also, if you ask anyone that I live with, they would probably tell you that I spend a lot of my time singing, okay? I don't even know I'm doing it, but I just sing in the shower, I sing in the car, I sing while I'm cooking, I sing while I'm cleaning. I absolutely love it. I'm not that great at it, but, do what you love.
On the topic of singing, what would you say is your go-to karaoke song, Mrs. Mollison?
It'd have to be Celine Dion, It's All Coming Back, yeah. That would probably be my number one, and if I've got a partner to sing with, I do like to belt out Shallow by Lady Gaga and Bradley Cooper.
Mine would be Barcelona by Ed Sheeran because it's like tropical and I like tropical stuff. Mine would be Tiff by 5 Seconds of Summer.
Mm-hmm.
Mine would be Happier by Marshmallow.
Yes, that's a great one. Love that.
And now I would like to pause for a drum roll, please.
Joke break!
Joke
Mrs. Mollison, could you tell us your favourite joke?
Favourite joke? This is probably the most recent joke that I've heard when I was at my mum and dad's house for dinner last week. It was actually my mum. So shout out Lonnie for telling me this joke. I hope that I say it correctly, okay? Did you hear about Elon Musk's new invisible space rocket?
No.
I think so. No.
I can't see it launching.
Yeah, that's so good.
Because it's invisible?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I get it now.
Mine is knock knock.
Who's there?
Chickens.
Chickens who?
They don't who, they cluck.
Oh.
How does Sushi say hi to a bee?
I don't know.
Wasabi.
Oh.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Wah.
Wahoo.
It's a me, Mario.
Wahoo.
I got one more.
Okay.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Europe.
You're a poo.
No, you're a poo.
Parents, people out there, I did not call Layton a poo. I was stitched up. Love that.
That's all the time we have for this episode of Let's Talk Bourchier. Thank you for joining us, Mrs. Mollison.
Thank you so much for having me. Thanks, guys.
All right. Bye.